Hello! Welcome back. We are back with more So You Want to Be a Hero, with one of my favorite entries that's going to be in this series, Quest for Glory 4. I hope you all had a great week and a good weekend. I had a lot of fun over the past week. Got to relive my experiences with Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. You can see that over on Britt K. Kaylee's channel. A lot of fun. She's a blast. The friends in the squad are a blast. That was a good time. For here, when we last saw our Silver, our hero, mixing two words, we had just dealt with a demon wizard with our squad of teammates, including a monkey that could speak, a lion-tar lady, our wife that is also not quite our wife, who was also a leopard lady. Let's see, who else am I forgetting? The thief that we helped out earlier that was supposedly honorless. I don't remember the other one. But we defeated the wizard. We came back to the room, we were celebrating, and then all of a sudden we started getting covered with magic and got all wiggly. And that's all we knew. Quest for Glory 4, I think was technically the second Quest for Glory I ever played. Maybe the third? That sounds right. But it is most definitely my favorite. It is a very big tonal shift from the previous games. Rika, I hope you don't as well. I hope you're doing okay. Please be safe. It's a very large tonal shift for these games, and I think is a lot of fun. So, without any much further intro, let me load up the game and we will switch over. Hopefully this works. Oh, that's loud. Hey, Entropy, how you doing? I hope you're doing well, bud. Hopefully some of those items can get resolved for us. We'll see. This is very, very early FMV, so yes, it's a little bit choppy. It'll be fine. All right. Let me know if anything is too loud or too quiet. The biggest thing here is I get to read a whole lot less because there's narration in this game and voice acting. Friggin' John Rhys Davies is the narrator for this game. Many people may know him as Professor Arturo from Sliders, or much more prominently, Gimli from Lord of the Rings.
Please insert your saved character disc from any of the first 3 Quest for Glory games into the disc drive.
Hey, Robot Spacer!
Can make the journey to Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness.
Hold on, I wanted to let John Rhys Davies speak. Yep, bubbles up. Alright, let me give a good friend and fellow streamer, Robot Spacer, a shout out here while you listen to this electric guitar play in the background. Okay. I want to say this is the one.
Your character has been successfully imported. Welcome to Shadows of Darkness.
Thank you, Professor Arturo. As a paladin, that's us. Oh, what are we going to do? We're not going to do acrobatics, because there's no real use for us as a mixed class character, and a paladin as acrobatics. Let's do what we always do. Let's boost strength. Let's boost luck. Sorry, this music is a very large amount of my early memories is ingrained in this music here. Sure. Let's do a little bit different. Let's go up here, a little bit up there, a little bit up there. Yeah, I like that.
You awaken from nightmares of flying and falling. You find yourself in this strange place. The only illumination, an eerie green glow. You've lost your weapons and the contents of your backpack somewhere during the journey. All you have are the clothes and armor on your back. This leaves you with 4 burning questions.
Here are the 4 questions.
Where are you? How did you get here? Who brought you here? And how in blazes can you get out of here? No, make that 5 burning questions. What city did your luggage end up in this time?
Still a Quest for Glory game, folks. Alright, so first things first, we're going to turn up the detail. I'm going to give a shout out to a lovely fellow streamer and friend on Secret Crush. Also an awesome person. What? Arcade? Okay. Oh, combat. I don't remember what the differences are. Is the top screen cut off a little bit? Son of a bitch, it is. Alright, hold on. We'll go with that. Not as full screen as I would like. I will tinker with it later. Yeah. Okay.
Armor.
Oh. So, this is a fan patch, because a lot of John Rhys Davies' narration is in the game, but for some reason is not coded. So someone went in and fixed a lot of that.
This pouch holds all your money.
Like, that audio is not there in the original game. We have 1 crown. Alright, let's look around.
You are in a large cave, dimly lit by glowing lichen on the walls. Strange, irregular outcroppings of stone grow from the ground, looking like the skeleton of some enormous beast. Here and there, petrified human bodies seem to grow half in, half out of the floor and walls. You are in a large...
Oh, nope.
You are in... This is some kind of altar to the Dark One. The top is covered with sand. Torch holders flank the altar to provide light for nameless rites and unspeakable rituals.
What is the Dark One now?
You take the torch.
Why, thank you.
You are in a It's a rotted, ancient corpse, half buried in the cave wall. You find 30 assorted copper and gold coins on the body.
All right. Oh, right, I forgot all these animated cursors. Things you can interact with, it starts to animate, or when you move around. Weird.
You are in a You are in a You are in a You are in a It seems to be a kind of stone valve acting as a door to the passageway beyond.
Oh yeah, it's got a massive Geiger vibe to it. Unseeker Crush.
The valve won't budge. You had a bit more light.
So what are you wanting me to do? Are you wanting me to magic this? Nope. Go look in the altar. I didn't actually think to do that. Oh yeah, it's totally a butthole.
The sconce does. The sconce. This torch is. The altar feels strangely warm to your touch. There's nothing. You are in a. You light and extinguish this torch in the usual way, but it's obviously magical, since it never seems to burn down.
I could have sworn they're supposed to... So, this is the first time I played this as a hybrid character, which means some of the solutions are different. I could have sworn I remember that when you click on this dude, you get a piece of cloth.
A brief search reveals a piece of hard grey rock, which you take, and some coins, 3 crowns and 13 kopecks.
I may have just never found those other coins before. Alright, flint. Yep. You have a small gray piece of flint, much like the ones described in your famous adventurer's survival course manual in the fire starting section. You vaguely remember something about using flint and steel together. Well, the problem... I don't have a sword. Is there a sword in this room?
That
we're gonna
the altar feels strangely warm to your touch.
Come on, where are you at?
There is a faint glow of magic on all of the bones, stronger near the altar. The torch sconces beside the altar have some magic, and the altar itself radiates a strong magical aura. The sconce. This torch is... You search the desiccated body. The only still usable item is a dagger which you pick up. However, lying around the bones are some coins. 5 golden coins. Each have a crown stamped onto them. And 13 small copper coins, each stamped 1 kopeck.
Points! Now we can do this.
You scrape the flint with your dagger, creating a spark. You strike a spark with the flint and dagger to light the torch. Seems to be a kind of stone valve acting as a door to the passageway beyond.
Oh, it's a sphincter.
You force the sphincter open with your dagger.
It's a sphincter.
And pass through.
I was right.
You've made it into a large chamber. Stone valves, like the one you just passed through, apparently block 3 other passageways. There is a huge stone altar in the center of the room, and an exit to the south. The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains as of blood long since dried to powder. You'll feel a creepy, uneasy sensation whenever you pass near it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's normal. Sword and shield. Give me that sword and shield, please.
You gratefully retrieve the shield and battered sword from the dead warrior. You hope that they will serve you better than they did their last owner.
The thing that sucks is we lost all of our gear from 3. This sword is rather battered and worn. Can't get it to hold a proper temper. Still, it's better than fighting barehanded, or even with a dagger.
The best offense requires good defense. This shield helps keep you alive long enough to do both. Try as you might, the stone valve will not open. Perhaps this isn't the right time.
You're right, Unstable Deuce. There's lots of sphincters in the body. The esophagus has a sphincter.
Try as you might, the stone valve will not... Try as you might, the stone...
Alright, so I have some foreknowledge. And I don't think this works, but it's always something that I want to give a shot.
Your spells have no effect on the altar.
Alright, worth a shot.
As you approach the exit, you are confronted by 2 flying creatures. They have bat wings and spider-like bodies.
Right. I don't remember how to do combat. Right click? Right click.
In a bitter battle, you are better than the badders. You kick some butt, too.
Oh yeah, Entropy. So the Quest for Glory games are very much like the old King's Quest games, but with RPG combat. No, Rika, I like the combat system in this one. I just don't remember it.
Something deadly lies in wait nearby.
Oh, right. Emergency save.
A deep pit fills most of this hallway. A rope bridge spans the narrowest stretch of the chasm. You cautiously test the rope before crossing. It feels as though it's firmly anchored on both ends of the chasm.
Also, those bats fucking poisoned us. God damn. Can I heal?
Ah.
Not enough.
You just barely made it across the pit. A rope might be useful, but it's firmly attached on both ends. You think about cutting it loose, but then decide that you may have to come back this way again. It would be nice work if you could get it, but you don't know a flying spell. The best you can do is to levitate, but that just takes you up and down, unless you can find a way to let the wind help you.
Well. Alright.
You can see the entrance to a large cave at the bottom of the pit. You catch an occasional glimpse of a horrid, multi-tentacled monster just inside the cave.
We are out.
You slip through the mouth of the cave, just in time to avoid being crushed by its closing
Yeah, that's just outright a
jaws.
xenomorph.
As the cave mouth closes behind you, you feel a strange warning tingle. There is danger here, although its source is not immediately clear.
You are alive!
Hello, Jennifer Hale.
Only one person has ever walked away from there before. Who are you? How did you get here? Oh, there are so many questions I want to ask you, but I have to get home quickly. It is so dangerous out at night in Mordavia. The town is due north of here. Be careful, there are many bad things wandering around. Good luck! Oh, by the way, my name is Katrina. I hope we meet again sometime. Farewell.
Farewell. Bye, Katrina. Also, you're barefoot. Can we talk about that? I wouldn't walk on this ground barefoot.
This symbol looks like a six-armed starfish, or perhaps like the tentacles of an octopus. You sense a feeling of strange, chaotic power from it. The six-pointed symbol seems to pulse with energy and comes loose in your hand when you touch it. You have the feeling that you may need this sign, so you carefully store it in your pack. The upper ledge looks somewhat less slippery than the other path. A delicately crafted bonsai bush looks totally out of place in a pool of dark, unhealthy-looking goo.
Oh, there's a lot of ways
You
to do
can't
this.
quite... This tall standing stone has been carved so that the top looks like a...
Oh, will you not let me do it from this side? That's sucked.
The path is dripping with slimy goo. You're having a hard time maintaining your footing on it. You sense moderately powerful but latent magic waiting near the top of the squid stone. The bonsai bush also possesses magic, but it is of a gentler, more subtle nature. This is...
Oh, come on.
You blast the rock pile with a force bolt.
I didn't get points for that, and that's concerning. Well, I'm not looking for a perfect score. We know it works.
You can't reach the bonsai from here, and the ledge is... Your magical lasso encircles the bonsai bush and gently draws it out of the grimy goo. Carefully clean the plant, then put it away.
Unsecret Crush asking, was that bonsai description hot tree lady foreshadowing? No, but you're on the right path. I am kind of skipping orders. Where's my score? Yeah, I'm kind of skipping the order of things here. How are we doing, actually? Anything gone up yet? Nope. All right.
Your danger sense tingles. You sense deadly danger from the swamp. It might have something to do with the grasping, disembodied arms.
A little bit. Yeah, one of those. So let's do a run.
The hungry hunting hawk alertly searches for signs of game not already claimed by the forest monsters. Wildflowers bloom. You pick a few of the flowers. Wildflower. You pick. A babbling brook.
There's something with bird.
The hungry hunting hawk.
Oh, I just talked to him. But I don't remember what.
You are in the west. Grey rocks litter the ground ever. Grey. You grab.
I also can't. There's an Arana place in this one. I don't remember where. But we made it to town.
You are on an old road. The way to the west is badly overgrown, while the route north and south has seen considerably more traffic. You can see cultivated fields and the walls of a town to the north. An old stump by the side of the road makes a convenient resting place for passers-by. You find 5 crowns that someone hid in the hollow stump. They're covered with mold and dirt, and have obviously been long since forgotten. Beautiful, out-of-season flowers grow all around the stone monument. The curved staff has a very organic look to it. Its curves seem somehow feminine. You can feel a sense of magical power.
That's a weird call out, John Rhys Davies, but okay. Are you saying the staff has boobs? Or hips?
You! How did you get here? Why are you here?
Hello.
Few strangers come to Mordavia. I am the burgomeister. It is my job to know everyone and everything that goes on here.
You appear to need a looser shirt. Sweet.
The burgomeister stares at you suspiciously. You tell the burgomeister about how you came here.
Do you expect me to believe such a story? That you could walk out of that...
Oops, I didn't mean to click that. But hey, voice acting.
My name is Dmitry Ivanov. I am the burgomeister of this town. Mordavia is a valley surrounded by mountains. There used to be a road which led from here, but heavy rains have created a swamp at the base of the mountains south of here. No wagons can get you in or out, nor can any person, except perhaps you. This is the town of Mordavia. There is an inn and a shop down the street where you can spend the night or get some supplies and be on your way. The sooner you leave, the better for all. There are many dangers in Mordavia, and we certainly do not need a stranger to stir up new troubles. The Hotel Mordavia has rooms and food. It is a safe place to spend the night.
Also, before I forget, chat, I have moved my microphone placement, so if anything sounds weird, please let me know.
The shop does not carry much. We have been cut off from supplies for a while now. Still, you may at least restock your food rations before you continue with your
Hello, Willow.
travels. There are many strange and dangerous creatures that live in Mordavia. Trust nothing. The gates of this town are closed at sunset.
Okay.
Do not let yourself get caught outside after dark, for few can survive a Mordavian night or remain sane enough to speak of it.
Okay.
Just leave Mordavia quickly. No good comes from outsiders, and we do not want you here.
Jeez, Dimitri, okay.
Leave here quickly. Go, and soon.
This general store is cheery and well lit, thanks to the warm hearth. The first things that you notice are the cats. They seem to be everywhere. Then you see the shopkeeper, sitting on her rocking chair as she knits. She's a very, sturdy-looking woman.
So, you're the stranger in town. I've heard all about you already. You're polite, aren't you? Well, manners are as manners do, as my husband used to say. We'll see. You can call me Olga. Mrs. Stovich is
Hi,
too
Olga.
formal after all. We don't welcome strangers here. They bring nothing but trouble. All the same, it's good to see a new face again.
I don't remember what all this stuff is for, so we're gonna not buy it yet. How much money do we have now?
This pouch holds
22 crowns. I'm going to assume... So what do we want to assume? That 1 crown is 10 kopecks? Or 100 kopecks?
Let me see, what could you use? Well, besides my regular items like brooms and pens, I really don't have anything else for adventurers like yourself. Now, I do have some lovely sandwiches you can use for rations. And garlic, of course you'll need garlic. I've also got some oil you can use to keep the weapons and armor from rusting. And if you like sweets, I've got some yummy homemade candy. Although the garlic-flavored ones have all been purchased by now. I'll have to make some more. Oh, and a shopping bag to carry things in. I have a couple of those left.
Let's see. On Secret Crush, have a pet peeve of knitting as haphazardly waving sticks around. I actually think she's crocheting, which may be accurate because of the way the hooks work. Maybe. And then Unstable Deuce asking for a reminder of what happened after we took the darkness into ourselves at the end of Quest for Glory 3. So, we didn't technically take the darkness into ourselves that I remember. We basically shoved the orb back into the portal and killed the wizard, and then got zapped with some magic. It appears that that magic was teleportation magic, and we woke up in that pit that we found ourselves at the beginning of this game, the weird altar area.
3 twists of candy will cost you just 5 kopecks. The kids love
Oh,
it.
only 1 hook? Yeah, I don't know then.
Oh, now garlic is a must-have item. It's just 25 kopecks for a bulb, and it will add flavor to any food.
Garlic is delicious.
Storekeeper looks around nervously for a moment, then continues.
You know, some say garlic also has medicinal and protective properties. My husband always said I make the most interesting sandwiches. They're very good for you, and I only charge 50 kopecks each for them.
Oh, yes. Yeah, on Secret Crush, yes. I agree with that. Like, we should be seeing yarn between these if it's a knit.
My husband always said I make the most interesting sandwiches. They're very good for you, and I only charge 50 kopecks each for them. The shopping bag costs 50 kopecks. It is very useful for carrying your purchases or other large things. A flask of household oil will cost you 100 kopecks. It's good for door streaks and can also be used to loosen up rusty wagon wheels.
Good to know.
I can sell you a very nice large pie pan for 250 kopecks. I've always admired the men who can cook.
And cooking is great.
You can purchase the hen broom for 350 kopecks. I'm sure you'll really clean up with it. What would you like to know about? Yeah, Bella's a good woman. She's the one who really runs the inn. Her husband just gives orders. Someday she'll give Yuri a piece of her mind, and good for her. The things she puts up with.
Aw.
Bella, she was a pretty woman not long ago. Was not called Bella for nothing. Losing her only child really aged her. What a tragedy. The castle north of town was abandoned for many years. Then some strangers moved in 4 years ago. No one knows what goes on there now. But it won't be for the good, I'll tell you.
Probably a sex dungeon. Yep.
Werewolves are gypsies, no question about it. They change into wolves at night, eating anyone they can get. Nothing can kill a werewolf but silver or magic. So you be careful out in the woods at night, you hear me? The gypsy camp is not at all that far from here. That is a bad place, and you'd better have nothing to do with it. It is dangerous and should have been torn down long ago. Many a stranger never came back after asking questions about it. So don't let your curiosity be the death of you. Yeah, my husband and myself had run this shop for many, many years. My husband passed on now, but I keep it just the way he liked it. A well-run shop is a busy shop, he always used to say. Not very busy anymore, what with the swamp. But I try to keep it going the best I can. Mostly housewares, but a few items that might interest you.
Alright. Let us figure out the equation here.
This
22 and 68. We buy 350. So 1 crown is 100 kopecks. So we can actually just buy.
first.
Okay.
You be careful. We don't need you going around stirring up trouble after all. Got enough as it is. If you do find something interesting, you let me know, of course, won't you?
Sure.
The cozy cat conveys a calmness most common in comfortable confine.
Okay, just checking.
Goodbye. Or, as my dear departed Boris used to say, may the winds blow fair at your back.
Oh yeah, it is a, there's a lot of alliteration in this game.
You've entered a small but nicely furnished country inn. Stairs lead up to the guest bedrooms. The floor is covered with sawdust and peanut shells. The barrel contains the few shells that manage to land in it. The innkeeper stares at you with an expression of fear and astonishment. It is several seconds before he speaks.
This is the Hotel Mordavia.
Rooms here are 15 kopecks for room and board. Pay for 1 week in advance. Your room will be the first room at the top of the stairs. When you want food in the morning
I bought too much
or
stuff.
evening, just sit down over there by the door.
Pay the innkeeper for your room and board.
Thank you for your payment.
This pouch holds...
Or I didn't. Okay. Oh, right. Kopecks, not crowns. Okay.
They stare at you in astonishment.
You say you are a hero. Well, we will judge you here by your actions rather than your words. Magic is a very dangerous thing. We do not trust those who use or are used by magic. Make certain you do not give us any more cause for alarm. The Hotel Mordavia has been in my family for generations. It is the only place to be when darkness falls at night. Everything else is closed, and even we lock the doors. You must knock if you wish to come in. My name is Yuri Markarov. My
Hello,
wife's
Yuri.
name is Bella. We are the owners of this inn. If you climb the stairs, your room is the first door on the right. The doors of the inn close before nightfall, so make sure you are always back before sunset. Make certain you are back in town before dusk. The gates of the town will close solidly to keep out any dangers. The burgomeister is the mayor of the town. You will be wise to listen to what he says and stay out of trouble. There is not much
there we
for
go.
sale at the shop next door, but you may find something you need there. The monastery is to the north of here. It has been abandoned for many, many years, but it has a bad reputation. No one in town will go near it, and if you have any sense, neither will you. There are many ill things that roam this valley by night. Make certain that you never have to meet them. Never venture into the forest by night.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely be venturing into the forest by night.
The first door at the top of the stairs leads to your room. My wife will serve you supper
Your wife?
in the evening.
It doesn't say... It's a garlic souffle, Moldavian style.
No. Wait.
You pick at your plate.
Okay.
They stare at you in astonishment.
I think unstable deuce, yes.
You...
Oh, hold on.
I am Hans. Pleasure's all yours. I'm a farmer of pumpkins and corn and a person of great importance here in lovely Mordavia.
Listen, I'm telling you, Igor's death must be avenged.
Yeah, that's not the right.
Pleased to
no.
meet you. I'm Ivan, an elephant herder. Unfortunately, there are no more elephants in Mordavia, so business has kind of fallen off a tad.
Guys, is it just me or is Mordavia a wonderful place?
Oh, are you kidding? It's the greatest. There's many places to go.
You guys
things
tell
to
me if you know
see.
who these
Are you
voices are.
kidding?
Or trying to be.
Right. Let's not forget that scenic cemetery to the east of town.
Everyone here's nothing but grins. Real friendly.
Yeah, except when we don't know you. We don't like strangers.
Or anyone else that's weird and doesn't belong.
Rumors. You talking to me? What rumors?
Oh, there are no rumors here.
Unless you count the rumor that the castle is owned by...
Horse patootie. There are no
Horse
rumors
patootie.
in Mordavia to speak of. The town of Mordavia is a quiet place.
Filled with friendly, joyful, stinky people.
Well, I'm not so sure about the friendly part. We tend to be very suspicious of strangers like you.
Yeah, well, anyway, the town is filled with joyful and stinky people.
Yeah, happy, joyful, and stinky people.
How would you live
I
without
wouldn't
this
call us
voice acting and
particularly
missing the stinky
joyful.
people parts?
As a matter of fact, most of us are pretty glum.
Oh, very well, all right, then Mordavia is filled with people, you know, stinky ones.
Yeah, many stinky people.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it many. There actually aren't very many of us around here.
Oh, forget it. Well, at least he stinks.
Oh, this game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's too dangerous.
Bug! Well, shit. Let me see if this is a known bug and if there's any way around it. Hmm. Well, poop. People asking what happened. So, I'm clicking around the map. Can't do anything. I can interact. Nope. Nope. And it's acting like there's a cutscene happening. Feed is locked. Alright, that's fine. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna speed through all of these.
Yeah. My. You be careful. We don't.
And yeah, I did try reloading the last save I made and it didn't work. So here's what we're gonna do.
entered a...
This your pay thing.
This...
Let's sleep.
Alright, it must have been a timing thing. Weird.
So, you are still around, are you? When are you leaving Mordavia?
Don't worry about it, Ivan.
The burg...
Don't...
As you enter the northern part of the town, you hear the sound of a chisel chipping away at a stone block. A man is carving gravestones at one end of the street. Your attention quickly moves from the stone carver to the ominous Gothic building in the center of the street. There is definitely something not right about this structure.
Is it all the bugs?
A sense of great danger and hunger comes from near the door of the massive stone building. The headstone carver stares at you and then goes back to work. You introduce yourself to the gravedigger.
Me, Igor.
Hey, Phoenix. How far am I? We just started today.
Building was Adventurers Guild. No adventurers, no guild. Town Mordavia. This north part of town. Oh, this day job. Also work graveyard shift. Little graveyard humor there. Igor dig graves in cemetery. Igor put dead person in grave. Igor cover dead person with dirt. Igor put headstone on grave. Oh, plenty job security around here. Business is piling up. Little graveyard humor there. Again. Oh, Igor not hear rumors. Igor not no stranger in
literally
town.
dying
Igor
right
not no
now on
doctor
Stable
make
Deuce.
strange things in lab. Igor not no funny man in inn, not funny. Igor not know many things. Igor not hear many things. Bad building. No go there. Bad, bad, bad.
Alright. Let's get our first death in the game out of the way.
Bad place. Very bad place. Go away. You'll be very sorry. Nobody ever listened to Igor.
The Hectopus had munchies ever since it got stoned. Fortunately for it, but not for you, it occasionally gets its meals delivered right to the door.
It's completely silent beyond the door. The door is...
Building was it?
He looks at you.
Believe we can get the key from the burgomeister?
Still you remain. It is... What is...
You've entered the burgomeister's sparsely appointed office. The scanty light filtering in through the open window casts grim shadows on the room's scant furnishings.
Were you looking for something in particular? What the... The old Adventurers Guild is at the north end of town. It has been abandoned for many years, since we have not had many adventurers who could cross the swamp. Seeing as you are supposed to be an adventurer, here, have a key to the
Adventurer?
guild. Perhaps you can find something of use there.
Thank you. Mr. Babinski, how you
Be
doing?
careful out in the forest. It can be very dangerous there.
How are we doing? I'm surprised communication hasn't gone up yet.
Try to avoid getting into trouble. I would not like to have you in my jail, after all.
Okay. It's going pretty well, Mr. Popinski. This is my favorite Quest for Glory game, so I'm excited for us to get to play it.
You unlock the door using the key the burgomeister gave you. You've entered a rundown room that looks like a cross between an office and a gym. One end is dominated by exercise equipment, the other by a desk and bookshelf. The whole affair looks abandoned and generally in poor condition. A finely crafted sword rests within this case, but there doesn't seem to be a door or any way to open the case.
Nope.
A plaque reads, "Break glass in emergency." A large book on the desk must be the Adventurer's Logbook, a fixture in Adventurers' Guilds everywhere. You read in the Adventurer's Log about some of the exploits of past adventurers
Piotr.
in Moldavia. Prominent among them is the story of Piotr and the Dark One's cult. Near the end of the book, Piotr tells how he led the armies against the Chernovi cult outside the Dark One's cave. The fighters were trained soldiers, but the cult members fought like madmen. Suddenly, the cult members changed their forms and became grotesque monsters. Many of the soldiers panicked and ran. The battle was nearly lost. Then Piotr heard the voice of Irana.
Heck yeah,
"By
Rana.
all my will, I banish you to..." The voice was cut off. The cult members screamed and ran. Piotr entered the cave and searched for some sign of life. All he could find were the grotesque remains of cult members. The only sign of Irana was her magical staff lying on the ground. Piotr picked it up and left the cave, knowing that Irana was beyond his help. Piotr then tells how he brought the staff back to town and placed it in the town square. A garden of flowers instantly sprang up around it. Near the end of the book, Piotr tells that he was going to seek out the rituals of the Dark One and destroy them.
Poor
There
Piotr.
are no later
Piotr,
entries.
excuse
You sign your name into the Adventurer's Logbook with a flourish. It's almost become a habit by now. That would be a lot easier if the desk had a drawer.
That's valid. Let's see here. Popinski's saying that they really like what he's seen of this so far. Ooh, that's hard.
You pick up the rope and grapnel set and tie it onto your pack.
Yeah, that's useful. I strongly recommend this series. If you like adventure games, this is my favorite, let's say, evolution of old school point-and-click adventure games. Very much a King's Quest style game, but with an RPG system and stats and leveling and classes. And slightly, and I mean ever so slightly, less puns than King's Quest.
Some round metal weights lie neatly stacked on the floor. I better hope Dr. Cranium doesn't see them. He'd probably invent the cannon and upset the balance of power. A large ring is...
This is where we can train our climbing.
You heft the grapnel and throw it up in the air. Luckily, it catches the big ring instead of the top of
We'll
your
meet
head.
Dr. Cranium later at Stable Deuce.
Someone has deliberately scraped these marks into the ceiling. There are a number of books on the shelf, including Hero Magazine's Golden Guild Guide to Mordavia, Flora, Fauna, and Folklore. Which book do you...
Oh boy.
You read the book entitled Climbing Skills for Upwardly Mobile Adventurers. It's written entirely in one-syllable words, obviously intended for fighters. It's absolutely fascinating. This book teaches you that climbing sheer walls is best left for specialists, but that anyone with reasonable strength can climb using a rope and grapnel. You're pretty sure you know what to do now. As you scan through Hero, the Journal of General Job Adjusting, you find quite a bit of information that might be useful here. There are a series of articles about the land of Mordavia. The town originally grew up around Castle Borgov. The Borgovs were the boyars,
The tiny dog
or local
here.
noblemen,
Hello,
assigned
Bee.
the role of guarding the area from invaders. The chapter on fauna describes a number of interesting creatures. The Necrotor is a vicious carnivore with big, sharp teeth. Some of the other monsters sound even more horrific. In the forest lives the Lishi, a creature known for playing practical jokes on travelers and playing riddle games, but which can also be helpful to those it likes. You learn about the Rosalka, the spirit of a murdered unmarried
Or
woman.
result.
Such spirits are said to inhabit lakes and rivers. They try to avenge themselves by drowning any man foolish enough to approach them. You could really learn a lot by reading this magazine thoroughly instead of just browsing through it. Isn't it nice that we included a complete copy in your game box?
I can't find my copy. I wanted to scan it in so bad.
The book turns out to be an advertising brochure. It says, I, Dr. Cranium, predict that someday one of my descendants will become the subject of a major computer game. The Castle of Dr. Brain from Sierra Online.
Also a
Jeez,
good
how
game.
cheesy can you get? The book is all about using spells in unusual and creative ways, such as calming a fire, using alternate flame and frost spells to make something brittle and break, and so on. You pick up a number of useful tips which will improve your spell casting. This book teaches the ancient Oriental art of Talk Fu. How to overcome opponents by attacking them with the unpronounceable names of martial arts forms and confusing them with fortune cookie wisdom. You get lost somewhere between karate and kuksul. This book teaches you how to use the stair stepper to build strong leg muscles and talks about the importance of whole body development. It says to build up your strength gradually by adding weights to the baskets. This book. Nice try, but the bookshelf won't budge.
I think those books may have actually given a stat boost. Yeah, they did. Wow, that's a big stat boost. Holy crap.
Your legs are too stiff and sore to use this right now.
Wow. That was alright.
This desk...
Oh, you know what? I don't have my notes pulled up. Let me do that. Resizing. Okay. Now I can't draw like Robot Spacer. Robot Spacer makes these amazing maps, and diagrams and everything like that. I'm not that good, so we're gonna deal with this.
Signature only. The case looks totally solid, as if it was constructed around the sword. A plaque reads, "Break glass in emergency only." The case is totally... You break open the front of the case. Avoiding the broken glass, you pull out the sword. It looks like a fine quality weapon.
Much better sword.
This is your trusty broadsword. It's a rare example of the deadly Mordavian moose, distinguishable by its long, fang-like canines. Someone has strung garlic around its neck, probably in hopes that it will stay on the wall.
Wow, we got a maximum weight. That's a lot.
There is an empty picture frame above the bookshelf. Either somebody thought the wall itself was a piece of art. The frame is concealing a secret You climb up to the top of the bookshelf. Hey! These hooks are loose. You can turn them. Strangely, when you turn one hook, sometimes several of the hooks move at the same time.
Oh, okay.
You need to rotate the hooks.
One, two, three, four.
You hear a click
There we go.
somewhere in the distance. You climb down the ladder into a seedy-looking room. A massive door blocks off a smaller room in the rear. This isn't as dusty as the Adventurers Guild, and the torches look recently lit. Your eye is drawn to the Thieves Guild recruiting poster on the back wall. It gives you fond memories of your home guild. Behind the innocent-looking surface of this room lies great danger. You sense that traps for the unwary are everywhere. This is a Thieves Guild recruiting poster featuring a sophisticated worldly master thief. In an early excess of 3D poster art techniques, the artist has arranged the poster so that the thief is holding an actual plastic card. A legend at the bottom says, "Don't thieve home without it."
So we might need to come back here. So this is the Thieves Guild. We're not really playing a thief.
You detach the plastic Thieves Guild membership card from the poster and put it away. You've always wanted to steal one of these.
So there is another thing we need to do here, but we don't have the time for it or the energy, so we will come back. I also don't believe there is a time limit in this game.
After some rest, you feel better.
Alright, well, we can do that now.
The note suggests that a real card-carrying Thieves Guild member would know how to improvise here. After all, he'd have the right equipment for the job. The poster is... It does... That did... The painting is undoubtedly a forgery. Not that you know anything about art forgery, but you're quite sure that it would have been stolen a long time ago if it was actually worth anything. It's a cheap reproduction of a little-known painting by one of the old masters. Of course, around here that term means a master thief who's too old to climb in windows anymore. You examine the metal grate on the floor. It might be a drainage grate, but it's strange that there should be two of them right next to each other. This is a drainage grate. Strange that there should be two of them almost next to each other. The well-worn oak desk looks as though it could conceal 1,000 secrets. Most of the drawers appear to be fakes. The one real drawer is locked. The double doors are, of course, locked. You slip the guild membership card between the doors and unlatch the lock. Your guild card. Don't leave home without it. This looks like an interesting safe. Another fine product of the Filch Safe Company. But you can't for the life of you figure out how anyone can open a safe with no knob. There are a number of fascinating books about thief techniques on the bookshelves. Of special interest is the one on disarming traps. It says that with a new Mark II Thieves toolkits and a bit of skill in picking locks, you can locate and disarm almost any mechanical trap. In the section on surviving magical traps, the book suggests taking up religion. There is also a book on thief marks that tells you all about this secret language of thieves. You learn a number of new symbols and combinations. There are a number of special in the... There's... You don't see any way to... You don't...
I think it's... what? Nope, alright.
You found a particularly diabolical poison gas trap. Fortunately, it's just like one of those described in the book on traps, so you are able to disarm it. You're kidding. Rummaging around under the floor drain, you find a round knob with a point on one side, which you pick up. Thieves have had to clean up after themselves since a few unfortunate accidents with maintenance personnel. That did. A single tapped barrel rests against the back wall. There does seem to be something under this barrel, but you've got no clue of what to do with it. Some barrels have been stacked up. There's nothing in... That did... Some barrels have been stacked... Now that you've replaced the safe knob, the Filch safe looks ripe for the cracking. You know, kind of like a walnut. To open the safe, you will need to spell out the combination with alternating right and left turns. Nothing
Maybe... Yeah. B...
The last tumbler slips into place and you open the large safe. Could it be full of jewelry, negotiable bonds, or maybe something really priceless? A complete collection of Sierra Online games.
That's great.
You quickly rifle the opened safe. Unfortunately, it looks as though legions of Thieves Guild initiates have been here before you, as all the money is gone. You do find 5 throwing daggers placed here for, well, safekeeping. The only other usable thing in the safe is a single lockpick, half buried in dust in one corner. You grab the lockpick and the daggers. This is a basic beginner's lockpick, only usable on common locks. Ah, that did it. The lock springs open with a satisfying snick.
There's a story thing here that I don't know if we can
Inside
get as
the
not
desk,
being a
you
thief.
find a complete and hardly used Mark II Thieves Toolkit. It has all the latest facilities for opening the toughest locks, cracking safes, and disarming mechanical traps. There is one lockpick missing from the set, so you add yours to it. You also find a fancy match set of 3 throwing daggers.
Man, we got a lot of
that you
daggers.
add to your collection. Finally, you find some sort of diary or logbook in the desk. The title of the book reads, Memoirs of a Master Manipulator. Modest, eh? You take it out and set it on the desk, but it's a little heavy to carry around with you. You leaf through the Chief Thief's logbook. An interesting entry speaks of a proposed night raid on the castle. The guild members would use the secret passage to avoid notice. You wonder which secret passage that might be. A later entry in different handwriting indicates how far the guild had declined recently. It seems to be just a bunch of doodling and some nonsense words. It says, Bad boys yell, good girls giggle, rich girls run. Not quite on the same standard as a nighttime castle raid.
Blue, blue, yellow.
One of the final entries says, Fred and Frank caught out at night without hooks. Fred is dead and Frank sank. I'm the last. An ambitious thief will try to prosper by hook and by crook. The log closes with some incoherent ramblings about passing the deadly tentacled beast, then the horror, shadows of darkness enfold me, madness and mockery in the dark one's chamber. Sounds as though the author was in a chemically modified state. This seedy place must be the Thieves Guild Hall. Actually, it compares favorably to the one in Spielberg, but it's become dusty and neglected. There doesn't seem to have been anyone in here for quite some time. Ah, you found a hidden safe. Good work. You set up the Thieves' Toolkit and try to disarm any traps that may be on the safe.
Crap.
You leave a later entry in it says,
Blue,
Bad
blue,
boys
yellow.
yell, good girls giggle, rich girls run. Not quite on the same standard as a nighttime castle raid. One of the final entries says, Fred and...
Unstable Dude's asking if honor matters. Yes, honor does matter in this game. No paladin points anymore. Honor and paladin points are merged.
It's, you set up the thief...
Oh wait, no, it probably wants blue, blue, yellow, green, 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 red, green, red. Blue. Yellow. Nope.
You set off a spike trap on the safe. You set...
Come on.
You have successfully disarmed the safe. You crack the safe using the Mark II toolkit. You take the healing potion, throwing dagger, and 5 crowns someone was foolish enough to leave inside. You move the frame back to cover up the safe for the next thief who wanders by. Besides, maybe someone will add more valuables to it. Ah, you found a hidden safe. Good work. You set up the Thieves' toolkit and try to disarm any traps that may be on the safe.
Oh.
You leave. An interesting entry speaks of a proposed night raid. A later entry in different handwriting, it says... One of the final entries says, Fred and Frank caught out at night without hooks. The log closes with some incoherent
I don't think we know how to open that one yet.
The poster... The note suggests that a real You depress the barrel tap, but nothing comes out. This is a door unlocking mechanism. To operate it, push each of the tiles until... As you push the last tile, you hear a grinding sound to your right.
Oh, they're all the
section
same,
of the
okay.
wall has slid away, revealing a long, dark, secret passageway.
Oh, here we go.
Blocking the passage is a strange creature. From the waist up, it looks human, with sharp features and piercing eyes. Below the waist, it looks like some sort of spider or horrible insect. The sight fills you with a nameless dread and loathing.
So, you found my secret passageway. You must excuse me. I'm not quite myself anymore. Oh, don't worry. I won't hurt you. It is good to talk to someone again. It has been so very long since anyone has been here. Ah, but I'm forgetting my manners. Welcome to Mordavia.
Welcome to Mordavia.
I'm also the only thief here other than you, but that is beside the point.
No worries, Entropy. I hope your situation gets better, whatever it is. Thanks for being here.
Pleased to meet you. It's so good to have someone of my own kind to talk to again. Interesting. You have had a good deal of experience. If you study up on trap disarming and thief signs, you will have almost every skill you need to become a master thief. Perhaps even a chief thief like myself.
Feeling like an idiot, as you generally do when making the sign, you go through the
Well, of course you're a thief, or you wouldn't be here, idiot. Tuck that elbow in. You are a very brave and honorable man to offer such a thing. Are you certain you are in the right profession? Do you want to be a thief or some kind of a hero? The two roles are usually mutually exclusive, you know.
You're not wrong.
There is a little-known secret way into the castle that I will someday reveal to you when I think you are ready. This was once a thriving training ground for new thieves. They would come from miles around to learn the trade here. If only we were not completely cut off from the rest of the world, this would be the greatest thieves guild in the whole world. After I became such as I am, many of the members left. One thief said that I was no longer fit to be chief. After I showed him how fast I could throw daggers with these feet, he didn't say much. Never said anything again, as a matter of fact. The ones that left said they felt uncomfortable around me. Fools! Do they think this is some sort of brotherhood of man? This is a brotherhood of thieves! They should be uncomfortable around me. Soon it was just me and two others. They decided to explore the castle after the new owner moved in and never returned. So now, there's only me and you. You mean this passage behind me? It leads out of town under the bridge near the gate. You can use it to get out of town, but you cannot get back in. The door can't be opened from the outside. You have to be very careful with traps. Always check for them first. Take your time disarming them. One mistake can be your last. We are not exactly set up right now to fence stolen items. There are several places around the town where you might be able to find a bit of loose cash, though. I will tell you what. You go out and steal something from
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
town. Do you like it? I'm afraid it is not very becoming. And to think I once despised cockroaches. I made a terrible mistake and broke into the monastery one night. It had been abandoned for years, and I thought maybe something had been left behind there. I discovered a secret passage to the basement. That place gave me the creeps. I felt like something was watching me all the time. When I got to the basement, I discovered a small statue I could easily take. When I tried to pick it up, I felt very, very dizzy. When I awoke from my faint, I looked like this. You can imagine my horror. It would be too dangerous for you to help me. If I, a master thief and chief of a major guild, dare not go back to the monastery, you would be wise not to even think of such a thing. Do you think it's fun to have 6 legs and no matching socks? Do you think I enjoy running around frantically and stopping suddenly for no apparent reason? Do you think it's fun to look in the mirror and wish you had a giant fly swatter so you could commit suicide? Is that your idea of fun? You idiot! You!
Maybe?
You! Forgive me, I'm just not myself lately. My name? Oh, you can call me Chief. No point in being informal here just because no one else is around. This was once a very prosperous town before the swamp cut off the only passages in or out of here. That is a very dangerous place. Do not even think of trying to break into it through the door. The last thief who tried that did not even get the door open. We found his toolkit lying beside the door.
Check
but we
the
never
stomach of the
found
statue
him.
above the door.
You will need to be careful around him. He takes his job most seriously. I once offered him a bribe, just as an offer of goodwill, and the man practically bit my head off. Shee, what a sore head. A strange man, a very strange man. No thief ever managed to break into his house unnoticed or steal anything from there. If you ever plan to stay at the inn or even just eat there, I would not recommend stealing from that place. The people there are suspicious of strangers anyway and would know who to blame. Do you mean Nikolai? Yes, his would be an easy house from which to gain money. Be wary, though. The burgomeister's bedroom is beside the house, and Dmitri watches out and listens for the old man.
We are not stealing from Nikolai. We're not going to do any stealing. Okay, so.
That shop is very securely locked up at night. The only way to get into it... Must you go so soon? We were just getting to know one another.
That... You don't need to do... You set up the thief... You have success. Using the Mark II toolkit, you quickly manage to get the safe open. Inside you find 6 crowns, a throwing dagger, and a potion labeled Poison Cure. They seem a fitting reward for your efforts, so you take them.
Oh, instead we'll just saying drink the dispel potion. That would be smart, but there's no dispel potion. There's no potion seller here. At least not that I remember. Made by Acme, fine purveyors of professional break-in equipment, this kit has all the tools you need to get ahead. Or at least inside. This is the Mark II professional model, which includes a device to help you disarm traps. Doing alright.
You shake the grapnel loose from the sealing ring and tie the rope back onto your pack.
Doing alright. Still got a little bit of time. Day's got some light left. There is something that we want to do before end of stream today, because there's a known bug. Oh, here is Nikolai.
You greet the old man.
Good day. Have you seen my honor? I am Nikolai.
We're not stealing from this
Have
man.
you seen my honor? I am looking honor.
Yeah, we have not. Okay. Sorry, buddy.
You tell the old man goodbye.
If you see honor, tell her I am looking for her.
I will do that, sir.
This doorway leads to a private residence. You can't make... No one... This strange device is labeled Transcendental Receiving Animal Processor. I wonder if that stands for something. Be careful, it might be a trap.
You can analyze the creature you wish to capture, then apply the proper bait. If the animal is in the immediate vicinity, the trap will catch it for you. If the animal is not in the area, you have to catch it yourself, but at least you know what to feed it. So you want to identify an animal, right? Yes. Is it bigger than a bread box? Oh. Is it smaller than an ant? No. Is it black and white and red all over it? No. Is it yellow? Does it weigh 500 pounds, have wings, and have an attitude? No. Gray and wrinkled and lives. Okay. Well, that's what we're looking for. No. 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 Yes. No. Yes. Ah, damn it. Yes. Oh, wait, wait. No, no. No, no, no. Hey, Noah, you didn't have to do that. How are you doing, buddy? Noah is a good friend and key member of the Squad, which is the group of folks that help Britt K. Cayley voice and adventure through Final Fantasy XIV. I have been honored and lucky enough to join with Noah and the rest of the Squad over the course of Endwalker and a few of the other games. All around cool person. How you doing, Noah? Also, the best of us in the voice acting that can actually do accents. I'm not great at it, so. Nope. Yes. Nope. Nope. Eat an avocado. Okay.
These avocado and garlic sandwiches are the strangest adventuring meals you've encountered.
Thanks, Noah.
Still,
I appreciate
they
it.
last a long time and will keep you from starving to death. Of course,
Thank
you
you.
may wish you'd starve to death if you have to eat them too often.
Eat them too often, right?
You bait the trap with avocado from your sandwich. Avocado was never high on your list of favorite foods anyway.
Yeah, avocado's
The
garbage.
trap starts working. The bust's eyes seem to follow you as you walk
Thanks,
through
Noah.
the hallway. You hear something bouncing around behind the door. A lot of somethings. The sign... You don't... Behind the door is a sort of rat maze, but it's missing the rat, or whatever is supposed to be traversing the maze. Luckily...
I don't remember if this is going to lead to a death or not.
Oh no, you've been Antwerped. Fortunately, these are just baby Antwerps, so
Okay.
the attack wasn't fatal.
Good.
It doesn't... You've caught an Antwerp. It's simply amazing. This is the Antwerp maze. Antwerps are naturally bouncy, so all you have to do is continually rotate the maze until the baby Antwerp bounces over to the key, then out through the exit.
Hey, Orange Coon! Hold on a second. Let me give Orange Coon a shout out. Orange Coon is another Twitch streamer, also doing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV stuff. What are we here? We want to get to the key. We're gonna map this out. So if we go this way. That. Yeah, we got this. Now we gotta make it back. Nope. Crap, we're going the wrong way. Okay, there we go.
Congratulations. You've used the baby Antwerp to get Dr. Cranium's
let's see.
key
Orange Coon asking
from
if
the
this is
maze.
a dungeon crawler
Grab the key
puzzler.
to your keyring.
So, if you've ever heard of the King's Quest series, or maybe even like Secret of Monkey Island, you know what? Let's not make it. Great. This is very similar to those games. It's made by Sierra, who made the King's Quest games, but it is a RPG, full stats, classes, inventory that you have gear and everything. Air intelligence went up by a lot. All right.
You hear mysterious bubbling and sizzling noises. Every once in a while,
This
you
is the
think you
fourth
hear
game.
someone muttering
Quest for
to
Glory
himself.
4, Shadow of Darkness. Oh, I can hide my notes now. Shadows of Darkness, excuse me.
You faintly hear a voice saying, "Don't knock, come on in," from beyond the door.
Oh, Christ. Alright. Oh, good. Alright. This is not a slide puzzle. Nope. Nope. Yeah, the art in this game is fantastic. So this is in the wrong place. Okay, in the bottom, is that? Yes. Alright, which means that the purple... there... Got it.
Great! You've managed to find Dr. Cranium's keyhole and open the door.
Retro!
You pass through into Dr. Cranium's private laboratory.
Hold on, let's get this
Quickly,
electric
Igor, the fluid. I
electric
must
guitar.
have the fluid.
The fluid!
Oh, excuse me. I thought it was Igor coming in.
I thought it was Igor.
He helps out in the lab sometimes. Now then, what can I do for you?
You do not know OK Retro Zone, Cole or OK Retro runs the Retro Zone over on their Twitch channel. Wonderful friend, awesome streamer. They are an all-around cool person, variety streamer. Not called partner in crime, but partner in investigations when we do Quandary Quest.
You say hello to the scientist.
Welcome to my laboratory.
Welcome.
You must have more than the usual intelligence and perseverance to have made it in here.
Britt! Oh, hey, Britt. How are you doing? You know, all my cool friends are here. Let me give... Whoa, Retro, you got an animated emote? Is that yours? Is that one you made? It is one you made. That's amazing. I still don't have my damn... I don't have my slot available yet. I think my animated emote, if I can get it made right, is probably going to be a zoom in on my face and then me squinting at somebody. I think, if it ever unlocks. But absolutely, folks, if you have not checked out Britt K. Cayley's channel, what are you doing? You're making poor decisions in life. Britt is a wonderful streamer, variety streamer, and digital artist. All-around rad person, great friend. Leader of the squad, does all of the Final Fantasy XIV unvoiced cutscenes voiced. Just finished Endwalker yesterday. Had a wonderful experience. Talked about some real-world stuff as she experienced it. I definitely recommend checking out the VOD. Really cool person and lovely friend. I'm glad you're doing okay, Britt. I'm glad you took today to rest. Yeah, make good decisions and follow Britt. Yes. We got all the cool people here. Orange, definitely go out and check them out. Robot Spacer on Secret Crush. Different types of streams, both really cool. Partners, literally and in crime. Robot Spacer, if you're liking what if you like what you're seeing right now, these type of adventure games, definitely check out Robot Spacer's channel. While he also does some model builds and stuff like that, he's been working through King's Quest and Gabriel Knight, very much in this vein. On Secret Crush, my favorite Genshin streamer on Twitch, because she actually knows and cares about the lore. Also working through Persona 3, really cool person there. Mr. Popinski, another variety streamer, very cool. Hole, my good friend, OK Retro Zone, who is going to, I believe, tomorrow be streaming some game dev stuff and checking out some stuff there. Plays a bunch of retro games. And we'll do Quandary Quest again once life happens. I'm forgetting someone, and I don't remember who. I mean, Noah's here. Noah's rad, but Noah doesn't stream. Nope. My brain has deleted that information, so... Known as the Brit from YouTube. Yeah, so many cool new people have come over. Britt does these really amazing like recap edits of her Final Fantasy XIV and other streams as she's gone through, and so many people have enjoyed them that they've come over and started watching the streams, and that's been wonderful. All right, so let us introduce ourselves.
You introduce yourself to Dr. Cranium and tell him a little about your adventures.
I should be most interested to hear about your travels and your scientific discoveries along the way. Unfortunately, I have very little time for that right now. Perhaps we can discuss your adventures when you next return.
You got it, Doctor.
You explain to Dr. Cranium that magic is really a lot like science, and even deals with the same elements.
Oh, nonsense! There's no such thing as magic. There is only science. What you call magic is simply scientific phenomena that have not yet been properly investigated and catalogued.
Okay.
My name is Dr. Cranium. I am Moldavia's chief scientist and a certified genius. Some call me mad, but I much prefer Dr. Cranium. Ah, yes, science. I'm glad you asked. Science is the process of systematically increasing
We're going to learn
our
about
knowledge
the
of the
fifth
world
element
through
here.
observation and experiment. Unfortunately, some of the townspeople here seem to have no concept of the wonders of science. Some of them even claim my little inventions are magical. Such poppycock. There's no such thing as
Poppycock.
magic.
That's a good word.
Still, the townspeople insisted that I should be able to use my magic to cure wounds and sickness. I told them that I am a scientist, not a doctor, but they wouldn't listen. I had little choice but to concoct some simple elixirs. They were childishly pleased. Science is really so simple once you understand it.
Oh, right, he sells potions. Crap, I forgot.
If you want to improve your stamina, then you should make sure you eat a healthy diet from all the different food groups and get plenty of aerobic exercise. That is science.
That's pretty accurate.
Oh, you must mean my patented healing drink. You may have my last one.
Oh, thank you.
Unfortunately, I have forgotten the formula for its main ingredient. If you can help me remember it, I will be able to make some more healing drinks, although the work is very time-consuming.
So, earth, wind, fire, water, and the fifth element. Pizza.
Somehow, that doesn't seem...
Oh, you must mean my new universal poison antidote. You may have this one, but I will need some help with the formula to make more. Also, I am afraid I only have time to make one each day.
Alright, I don't have my manual, so I'm gonna have to look this up. Oh wait, no, I do have it, because I have the digital copy, so hold on. Where's my install? Can I share this out? Yeah, I can share this out. Hold on a second. We'll do a window capture. Say, we'll call this window capture. Manual capture. Call it documentation capture. Welcome back. Aha, here we go. Okay. We are looking for what? We are looking for Noxipew. Alright, so let's find it. Oh yeah, the soundtrack in this game is great. There's a lot of use of electric guitar, or at least there was for me. So again, we're using an SC22 emulation table, and I don't know what it sounds like on regular MIDI, because I've never bothered to listen to it that way. So, okay, this is alphabetical. So, Noxy. All right, wind, fire, earth, wind, earth, wind, fire, earth, earth.
Thank you. With that information, I'm sure I shall be able to create some sensational scientific solutions.
Alright. Hide that.
You ask Dr. Cranium if he can spare an empty flask for specimen collection.
Of course, of course. I am always delighted to assist scientific research of any kind, and I have plenty of flasks. You may
Hey,
have this
Noah. Thank you for using the bee and willow emotes. I love my dogs.
Experiments are the meat and drink of science.
You definitely can.
First, you must come up with a hypothesis based on your understanding of the scientific elements. Then perform an experiment to test the hypothesis. Afterwards, you have a pizza.
So, see, if Hermes had asked people to review his hypothesis, we would be in a lot better place right now in Eorzea.
Earth is for solidity and stability. Air gives freedom and movement. Fire provides power and energy. Water, fluidity, and life. Pizza, of course, is the most important element of all. Pizza
Oh, that's a good one, Retro.
Well-roundedness and regaining strength. Most importantly, you can have it delivered in under half an hour in most areas.
I mean, Cranium, you're speaking my language.
A hypothesis is a scientific guess. One predicts the result of an operation, performs an experiment to test the prediction, then has a pizza to celebrate the result. It is very important to stay
I love
flexible,
that.
however. Sometimes the experiment may give a different result than predicted by the hypothesis.
Yeah?
Since real scientists don't like to make mistakes, we always write the hypothesis in pencil.
All right.
Pizza is a crucial ingredient in many scientific formulae. There is a nearly infinite variation in its
Yeah.
effects, depending
I
on
agree with
whether
this.
one starts with pepperoni, mushrooms, artichokes, or plain cheese.
No artichokes for me. It's all right,
Extra
but
pizza in case the experiment requires additional materials. Besides, science is hungry work.
oh, that's great. I love that. I forgot about that. That's great. Okay.
As I mentioned, the
Okay, I can't try the experiment again until tomorrow.
there is, of course, no such thing as magic. There is only science.
Science.
Still, you would be amazed at how gullible some people are. Just the other day, someone gave me this scroll saying it was a magical spell. Can you believe that?
Can you give me the scroll?
It is purest poppycock. Nothing on here makes any sense whatsoever.
Thank you.
Here, you may have this as a reminder that magic is a figment of fevered imagination. Only science is real.
Science.
Obviously, Dr. Cranium needs to take a correspondence course from the famous wizard school. As you read the scroll, you find that you have learned the incantations and gestures with which to cast a glide spell. Then the scroll vanishes.
There, you see, it was not even a very good piece of parchment. Fell right apart.
All right.
Igor is the gravedigger and tombstone carver. Business has been slow lately, perhaps because there are very few people left in town. So Igor sometimes comes in to help me with my work. Igor has had less work of late. The forest is just as dangerous, but there aren't very many people left in town who are stupid enough to go out there at night, you know.
I mean,
I like to think of it as a sort of evolution in action.
yeah, you're not wrong. All right.
Igor is carving out quite a niche for himself in the gravestone business. You might say he is well on his way to becoming a rock star. Then again, you might not.
I would not, no.
The cemetery is outside of town to the east. It has proven a fruitful source of materials for my experiments. There are also some interesting and cryptic puzzles to be solved there.
I got what you said. I wish I didn't.
Essential etheric fluid is an important ingredient in my formula for reanimating dead bodies. It contains the essence of the element of water.
I think this may
the most
be
important
the
ingredient
slime
in
that we
life
slid down.
science. This laboratory is where I perform some of my most important research.
Willow
Lately,
and Bee are
I've
both
been
here.
trying to bring
Hello,
life
doggles.
back to a dead body and to brew the perfect cup of tea. Reanimating the dead is just another day's work in the life of a scientist. Even science cannot bring a person back right the way they were, but one can use scientific principles to restore the semblance of life and energy to formerly dead flesh. The one alchemical combination that I have thus far been unable to fully analyze is that of a good cup of tea. I'm sure there must be a way to duplicate the effects of nature, but the results have not been promising so far.
Look, Cranium.
Perhaps you would like a cup of spearmint and beefsteak tea? I thought not. This is even harder than rehydration solution and reviving dead tissue.
I can't even make a decent cup of tea, and I love tea. So you're not speaking the wrong language. Your hypothesis is correct.
Research is the heart and soul of science. Without constant experimentation to prove or disprove one's hypotheses, the scientist is left trying to solve the world's problems by guesswork. That is hardly the most efficient way to achieve results. I try to maintain a modest selection of useful experimental equipment in my simple laboratory. Unfortunately, it has become very difficult to obtain the most modern scientific accessories since the road out of the valley became closed by the swamp. Mad? Mad? They all call me mad, but what do they know of madness? I am not mad. A bit perturbed about the world situation and how I get so little respect, perhaps, but
World
certainly
situation
not
is kind of fucked.
mad.
You say goodbye to Dr. Cranium.
Please be careful not to break the beakers or crack the flasks on your way out.
You got it.
Come back and visit again.
He's a nice
Dawn,
doctor.
If you see Igor, please tell him I still need the fluid.
Alright, folks. We're gonna exit out of this building. We're gonna do a save. And this is where we're gonna call it. We still haven't finished day 1, technically. But we did do a lot of stuff. We're doing okay on points. Yeah, we got a score 90. I don't remember what the max score is in this game. I'll look that up. Other than that, we have adventured into Mordavia with our paladin. We took the emergency break sword from the Adventurers Guild. We've got a bunch of garlic and artichokes, or no, avocado sandwiches. We've got a grapple now. We've got some extra keys, a whole shit ton of daggers, candy, a paper bag. Hey, Shippy14, thank you for the follow. I hope you've all had a good time today. I did. I love this game. I love the world that this game sets up. We haven't met any let's say we haven't knowingly met any vampires yet. But we will. We have to deal with the Dark One at some point, and that friggin' giant evil monastery over here. Nah, no worries, Noah. I appreciate you stopping by in the first place. Yeah, this place is no good. But, again, thank you all for watching. If you are watching live, stick around and we're going to go raid somebody rad. If you're watching an archive, please feel free to check something else out on the channel. All of my streams do get archived up on my YouTube. You can find a link for that on my About Me page. And other than that, be safe and be kind to one another. Bye-bye!